But I
Mhm.
would just like for you to talk about what you mean by toxic self-care culture.
I saw an example on TikTok of the very thing, like the very toxic self-care culture that I talk about in the book. It was this video of a woman, a young woman, and her young husband, and it was New Year's Eve. Have you seen any of the videos where like parents were taping balloons up to the ceiling?
Yeah.
They were doing like a balloon drop for their kids on New Year's Eve.
Mhm.
She wanted to have this Instagram moment where they pull the sheet down and the balloons fall, and she has this Instagram moment, and the balloons didn't fall properly. She filmed the whole thing and she shows it back to her audience, and she's like narrating how, here's my husband being so nervous and afraid that he's going to let me down, that I'm going to be disappointed in the balloons. And now here's the moment where the balloons fall and you can see how angry I am and disappointed in him. Now here I am, he's trying to embrace me and I push him away because I'm mad. And she starts talking about how, sometimes it's just really important that we be our authentic selves. Authenticity means just being with whatever feeling that you're feeling in that moment. And so I shoved him away and I said, I'll just deal with this feeling later. And this poor girl got tore up in her comment section because rightly so, people were like, wait a minute. That was completely uncalled for. The way you were treating your husband in this moment was disproportionate to what had just happened. And what she was doing was trying to position herself as a relationship coach, as a self-care coach, and trying to tell you, like, this is how it's okay to be. Social media has made it so that anyone can come to the internet and claim to be an authority on this topic
Mhm.
and give you advice that is not necessarily useful and is potentially harmful to you and to your relationships. There is this toxic self-care mindset, which is that I'm just allowed to be however I want to be, no matter how toxic or narcissistic or messy or inconsiderate or selfish. And like, that's okay because I'm doing self-care. There's an element to that. There's an element to being unapologetically you and being authentic at all times. But there's also another side of it, which has to include conflict resolution and concern for other people's feelings and meeting in the middle and things like that. And so that's part of the toxic self-care culture. And the other side of it, of course, is the one that tells us self-care is all about just taking bubble baths and doing face masks. And that's, of course, never going to actually give us the kind of self-care we need either. We need to be doing the hard work of setting boundaries and speaking our needs and all of those kinds of things.